Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is Tommy with Tommy's Top Picks here to give you your weekly Pokemon market update. So, we're going to dive right in. We're going to go through each set of the Pokemon boxes for Sword and Shield and see how they're doing, seeing where they're at, what's going on. Follow along. We got number one here, Sword and Shield booster box, the base set. Base set booster box, we're looking at $290.99 for a booster box. So yeah, the $280 in the shipping. About the same as last week. Not much movement there. But is looking at my data here. Yeah, and the case does not exist on TCG Player, so we do not track it anymore. So no change here. Pretty boring. Rebel Clash is the next set. What do we got? No change at all in either the booster box or the booster price. I'm surprised there are sales, loose packs. There are sales happening, but I mean, who's buying Rebel Clash? If you were buying Rebel Clash, leave a comment down below and explain to me why. Just curious. I'm sure there's a reason. There's a valid reason, I'm sure, but I'm curious as to what it is. Moving on to set 3, we got Darkness Ablaze. So for the booster box, we have it at $143.99, which is just a 1.4% increase of $2, $1.99 from last week. And then the case is actually down $1.95 at $8.78. So we're doing a lot of zigzagging up and down here. Yeah, there's a Charizard, but like beyond that, the set's kind of meh. And there's a lot of sets of Charizard now, so just my opinion. Moving on. Next, we got Vivid Voltage. So Vivid Voltage, the booster box, we have at $144.94, a 6-cent decrease from last week, so no big deal. Same thing with the case at $895.95. So that is down $2.95. Again, nothing. No change. No change with Vivid Voltage. Moving on to Battle Styles. So let's see. Booster box, we have it at $109.19, which is down a whole penny. Whole penny it's down from last week. And then the case, we're actually up 97 whole cents to $689.94. So again, no real change. Moving on, let's go to Chilling Rain. This has been a fun one to follow recently. We're actually down $3.88 to $145.49. $145.68. Sorry, box must have sold since I wrote up my data. And then the case is the same. It's down 11 cents, $848.89. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. So Chilling Rain is now up to MSRP. Very interesting. Battle Styles isn't there yet. Voltage is there, but it's a much older set. And same with Darkness Ablaze. So it seems like a lot of these are these older sets are settling, besides Battle Styles, around that MSRP of 144, which I find very interesting. But not the MSRP anymore, not moving forward. But supposedly, if there are more waves of this coming, it is going to go through distributors supposedly at MSRP. So the old MSRP for the old products. The new Scarlet and Violet will have the new MSRP. But moving on to the very exciting and always everyone's favorite, Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is actually up $20.02 for a booster box. and up $89.99 for a case, up to $2,299.99 for a case. So I did see people were able to actually get Evolving Skies for $144 MSRP from the Pokemon Center website. I guess it was available for about all of 10 seconds. But it did populate on the site as in stock. So we might be getting a wave of this soon. I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw some more hit shelves, but nothing. I don't think anything the size. I don't think we will get enough of it to really make a change. It may dip. We may get a small dip. I don't think down to under 300 at this point, because if you look, a lot of these are like unopened, just like loose packs and stuff. And then 379.95 is the first verified seller for the actual booster box. But yeah, Evolving Skies continues to be crazy. It's a weird time though. Like I feel like we're on the precipice. Like we're about to find out if there's more coming, or if just like Sword and Shield stuff is done, especially this older stuff. As we get into the newer sets like Brilliant and Forward, I expect more likely to see that kind of stuff, but I really don't see anything. Like I don't see us getting more Chilling Rain or Battle Styles or Vivid Voltage or anything below that. But the stuff moving forward, like maybe some Fusion Strike, everything gets more and more likely as we progress from Evolving Skies, I think. But so let's move on to Fusion Strike, one of my personal favorite sets. Love the Gengar. It's down $2 for a box to $134.95, and the case stayed the same at $799.95. So this is again, it's a newer set, but it's still almost pushing towards that MSRP price. So just, I don't know, something interesting that they all kind of seem to be revolving around that price range. And I think we will see volatility in the next couple of weeks based on whether we get more stuff or not. Only thing I've heard is that we might be getting other sets and other older stuff when we get Scarlet and Violet in March. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. Nothing is confirmed, only rumors. And moving on, we got Brilliant Stars at $184.95, up $5. And the case is up $10.98 to $1,100.10. $1,110. That's a lot of ones. And 97 cents. So Brilliant Stars is where things get interesting, because they are the newer sets, but they are also the sets that are a lot more fun to open because they have the trainer gallery cards. So everything Brilliant Stars on, I think, has more inherent value in the pack and will do better long term than some of the older Sword and Shield stuff. If that makes sense. And I think Brilliant Stars is such a strong set, because if you think about it, people are buying this. Like up until recently, like a couple days ago, this was available on the Pokemon website for $144. And you see all of these sales that are above $144. People were just too lazy to even go look to see if it was in stock from the Pokemon Company. Wild. It's a good set. It's gonna have more demand. I don't think it's gonna be Evolving Skies crazy, but I do think it is going to be a good set long term. And it has a Charizard. It has an Arceus. It has a bunch of cool stuff. It's a cool set. Next up, we got Astral Radiance to $128.65. So this is a newer set and probably the weakest trainer gallery of these newer sets. So I kind of understand it kind of lacking behind. But let's see here. The box is down 56 cents, so no real change. But what's interesting is the case shot up over 6%. $49 increase to $7.89. Now, part of that was shipping, but at the same time, that's a jump. That's an increase, which means that I would expect to start seeing the boxes start to go up to meet that case price. Because when I looked at the cases, there was not much actually there and available. So it might just be that there aren't many cases left because people are breaking them down. And then does the case actually hold a premium? In Pokemon, it typically doesn't, but can in some cases. But typically it doesn't, because there's not like your guaranteed certain amount of pulls per case. It's not like Flesh and Blood where you would buy a case because you weren't guaranteed, and I'm proof of it. But the majority of the time when you open a case, you were more likely to get a legendary than just opening 4 random boxes. Not the same in Pokemon. But so let's move on to the next set here. Got Lost Origin up to $136.99. Again, right floating around that MSRP. Let's see where the box is down about $5, $4.91 to $134.99. Unless something sold. Yeah, no, we're up even more. So $136.99. I just did these numbers like a half hour ago. So that's pretty, like, Pokemon moves. These boxes are selling. Interesting. And the case is up to $810, up $11 from $7.99. So slight movement, everything kind of moving towards that MSRP, with Scarlet and Violet having a higher price and just low inventory being out. I think prices are just inherently all floating upwards or just staying stagnant, but nothing's going down besides a couple cents here and there. Then we have our most recent set, Silver Tempest, at $133.99 for a box. That is down $2. And the case did not change at all. It's still at $7.62. So I did hear that stores did get a wave of Silver Tempest coming, a small wave, but some stores did get product. They got booster boxes. And as they should, it's the most recent set. You would think that, it's available to play because it has the meta heroes, the meta Pokemon. So players need these cards. So that would be top priority of the Pokemon Company getting these cards to the stores. It's also, it's the latest set. Now I didn't look up Scarlet Violet. I wrote it, but I did not set a tab. Here we go. So this is interesting. So we're at 120.18 for these pre-orders. They started pre-ordering around that 150, then dipped down all the way to 113, then back up to 128. And we're slowly sliding down. So, pre-orders on TCG Player can only be done by verified sellers. So these sales are legitimate. And a lot of people are paying this 120, as you can see. Like, these are all today. Like, all of these sales. The demand for this set, I think, is pretty high. There are a lot of people kind of just with the prices going up in the older Sword and Shield sets. I think people are just more so looking forward than looking back and just kind of, I'm just going to get in with Scarlet and Violet and move on from there. So I think we have a lot of money going into this new set way before it's even released. Now, I think there will be a lot of product, but I think there will also be a lot of demand. And that's the age-old question. Will there be enough product for demand, or will there be enough demand for the product? Only time will tell. But that's enough rambling from me. So John will be back next week. The party's over. We're moving on. Well, we're not moving on. I'm staying around. But John will be back next week. So make sure you subscribe to make John happy, to make me happy. Tell me I did a good job. Or tell me I sucked. Tell me I, screwed the pooch. There were no graphs because, surprise, I broke the graphs. But we had fun. So until next week, John will see you and I will see you in the podcast. We'll catch you later.